Hi, welcome to a brand new video. I'm Dr. Vishal and I strongly believe that the things a person carries in their pockets tells a lot about the person's personality, their job, and at times the secrets. Steve Jobs, I remember in one of his interviews, said that if you show your music playlist to someone else, then you essentially become musically naked. What essentially he meant is that if you show the kind of music you listen to, a person can tell a lot about your personality. I believe something similar happens when you get to see what a person carries in their pockets on a daily basis. It could be an icebreaker of sorts. So let's get to know each other today now. Okay, so the first prized possession of my everyday belonging is the mighty pen. I believe a good pen is the only antidote for a doctor's bad handwriting. The pen which I carry is a 1mm thick black gel ballpoint pen. It is not of a fancy company, at least not this one. It is called Baoke. I believe it is a Chinese company and it is easily available on Amazon or I guess your local bookstore. The reason I use this one is because it makes my handwriting look a bit smoother and a bit curvy, which essentially hides the flaws of my chicken scratchish handwriting, so to say. The reason I use black color is because it helps my notes stand out easily in a thick file, especially when there are a lot of doctors writing their notes and nurses and junior doctors and so on and so forth. So it is easy to spot your notes. It's easy for them also to spot your notes, and overall it looks very classy. The only downside of using a gel ballpoint pen is that I cannot write on plasticky surfaces because it tends to smudge a lot. Otherwise, it is a great pen and a real upgrade from the borrowed or the stolen or the cheapest available pen which I have been using for practically all my life till now. The only upgrade from this, I believe, is a classic fountain pen, but that is a little impractical, at least for my taste. Okay, so the next permanent fixature in my pocket is the wallet. Now, if there is an anti-wallet group or a club, then I would gladly want to become a part of it. I have been legit pickpocketed so many times that I have practically stopped carrying a wallet. What I essentially carry is a card holder. And what do we have here once we open it? So there are cards of various sorts. There are IDs, there are random bits of temporarily important paper. Oh yeah, your doctor shall see you now. So back in the day, I used to buy these card holder wallets from the local train itself, and they would be of 10 rupees and they would last a couple of weeks, few months at best. But someone pointed out that they look legit cheap, and they were cheap, so to say. But I've been pickpocketed so many times, that too in the train itself, that I thought I might as well buy the cheapest available, smallest wallet right from the train only. I used to use that for a long while, but because it looked cheap, now I've upgraded to one which I can buy from Amazon. Compared to the 10 rupee wallet, this is a generic leather wallet, but it is still 200 rupees. It's a big upgrade, however, it is still reasonable. The idea is to keep only those things in your wallet which you can afford to lose. That is how I decide what goes in my wallet and what not, and also to keep it as slim as possible. So this is what I have learned after being pickpocketed ample number of times. Speaking of money, the cash which I almost always carry is a little coin. And now this habit comes from back in the day when one had to call somebody else from a PCO. So I remember in school I was taught how to use a PCO. You have to put a coin and only then you could dial your number home. And because of that, I would always carry coins for emergency purposes, and that habit has still stayed along. These days I use the coin to screw and unscrew the base plate of the camera, and interestingly it fits perfectly well in that screw notch on the base plate for a tripod camera. Often it helps to pay change in small amounts, and sometimes it helps in taking life-changing decisions as well. Next one on the list are Bluetooth earphones. The one which I use are cross-beat earphones. I don't remember the model. I've been using them for a year now. The good thing about these earphones is that you don't have the hassle of wires, obviously. However, I was really skeptical before buying them because I didn't want to add another gadget which has to be charged regularly in a never-ending list of rechargeable devices. But I realized once I started using them then that it is not so much of a hassle. You have to charge them once in a while, and they work fairly well on one charge itself. The audio quality is good, especially for listening. However, when I speak, sometimes the person on the other side can't hear properly, and these ones don't have noise cancellation. I use these earbuds in a unique way in which I just plug them in my ears. I don't switch on any music. It is just meant to keep unwanted people talking from you or blocking the noise which is around, which could be distracting at times. One bad thing about these earphones that I cannot comfortably put them in my skinny jeans pocket, and at times they jut out like a tumor, which is not a pleasant sight to see. Next up is a wristwatch. Oh wait, where did my watch go? Did I drop it inside someone? Okay, so the watch which I have but I hardly get to use is a Tissot wristwatch. It is black in color. It looks amazing on my wrist, but I hardly ever get to use it. So it is a surgeon thing that you don't get to use your watch quite regularly, because as a surgeon I have to remove the watch again and again to put on gloves and do examination. There is, however, no risk of forgetting them inside someone's body. It only happens in the movies. But practically speaking, it becomes a hassle to remove them. You keep them somewhere, you keep forgetting, so on and so forth. Hence, as much as I like big, chunky, metallic watches with dials and all the electronics, I don't get to use them very much. So the next item from my pocket is a keychain. Now, since lockdown, I have not really needed to carry keys on a daily basis, but there is this one key which I almost carry every day, and this is the key to my recording studio-ish corner setup place that we are in right now. And it is a Doctor Strange memorabilia which kind of fits with what I do, being a doctor and doing all the camera, YouTubing, photography thing. So it resonated with me and I had to pick it up. Speaking of memorabilia, this is one of my absolute favorite ones. If you don't know what it is, then we cannot be friends. I don't carry it every day in my pocket, but I believe it will be really mind-bending to carry it around and show it to people who actually understand what it stands for. Next one is a cell phone. I carry a basic Android cell phone. It is a Samsung A51. I find the Chinese phones, the Xiaomi, especially the Xiaomi range of phones, a little more intuitive and more value for money when it comes to Android phones. Let me know, what do you think? In fact, I bought this phone mainly for its color. As uneducated and non-technical as it may sound, it had a beautiful color. But later on I realized that there are a lot of other phones out there which look better and have a better functionality. The camera in this phone could have been slightly better. I should not criticize it that much. Thank you, little buddy. Last but not the least, we have the N95 mask. Because it is pandemic, how can you step out without a legit 3-layer mask which can protect you from viruses and whatnot? It has almost gained mythical proportion these days, and there are debates happening all over the world. Should you wear a mask? Should you not wear a mask? I don't understand the fuss about wearing a mask any which ways, because if it can or cannot keep the virus out, at least it can help you protect from some air pollution or bad smells. And the fun part is that you don't have to smile, or you can make all sorts of faces. You can yawn behind the mask in a boring lecture and nobody would really take notice. I wonder, why did I not start wearing this mask before? So this was a list of all the things that I carry on a daily basis. The fun little video of what's in my pocket, Doctor Edition. I hope you like it. Let me know, what do you think in the comments. Let me know what other things you would like to know from a doctor's life, and I would be more than happy to oblige. बहुत ज़्यादा पीटर मैकिनन देख लिया मैंने.